Maya loved the quiet park near her college. Every afternoon, she sat beneath the old cherry blossom tree, sketching whatever caught her eye. It was her escape, the soft rustle of petals, the gentle hum of the breeze, and the peace that came with it. One day, while sketching, she noticed a boy struggling to free his colorful kite from the cherry blossom's branches. "Need help?" she asked softly. The boy looked up, slightly embarrassed. Yeah, I think it's really stuck." Maya smiled, stood up, and lifted a low branch carefully. "There you go." He grinned, holding up the rescued kite. "Thanks. I'm Arjun." "Maya," she replied, shaking his hand. Their fingers lingered for a second longer than either expected. From that day on, they began meeting under the cherry blossom tree almost every afternoon. Sometimes they talked about random things, books, music, dreams. Sometimes they didn't speak at all, just sat side by side while petals drifted around them like soft pink snow. One sunny afternoon, Arjun arrived with something hidden behind his back. "For you," he said shyly, revealing a small paper boat. Inside it was a folded note that read, "Every moment with you feels like spring." Maya blushed, smiling down at the note. "That's really sweet." The next day, she brought something for him. A sketch of the cherry blossom tree, with two small figures sitting beneath it. One was holding a kite. Arjun laughed softly. "It's perfect. I'll keep it forever." Days turned into weeks, and their bond deepened. Every shared laugh, every quiet silence. It all became their story, written under that single tree. One evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the sky in shades of gold and pink, Arjun took Maya's hand gently. "Maya, I think I've fallen for you." Her eyes widened, and then she smiled, fingers tightening around his. "I think I've been falling since the day your kite got stuck." They laughed softly, as petals swirled around them like blessings from the sky. It wasn't dramatic or loud, just pure, simple love. The next morning, Maya returned to the park early, her heart light and warm. She sat beneath the cherry blossom tree, waiting for Arjun. The sunlight filtered through the branches, dancing over her sketchbook. Minutes passed, then an hour, but Arjun didn't come. She kept looking toward the park's gate, hoping he'd appear, holding his kite, smiling that familiar smile. But the bench beside her remained empty. A quiet ache grew in her chest. She opened her sketchbook, staring at the drawing she'd made of them, the tree, the kite, the laughter. "Where are you, Arjun?" she whispered softly, her voice lost in the wind. Days went by, and Maya still came every afternoon. She sketched, pretending she wasn't waiting for him. But she was. Every day her eyes searched the crowd. Then one afternoon, as clouds gathered and the wind turned cool, it began to rain. Maya pulled her shawl close and sat under the cherry blossom tree, raindrops sliding off the petals like tears. In her hands was the paper boat, now slightly wrinkled but still precious. She looked at it for a long moment, remembering his words. "Maybe some stories really do end like this," she whispered. She placed the little boat in a puddle near her feet and watched it float away, spinning slowly until it disappeared behind the bend of the path. Her eyes filled with tears she didn't bother to wipe. As the rain grew heavier, she stood up and began to walk away, her sketchbook pressed tightly to her chest, the park fading behind her. "Maya!" The voice stopped her cold. She turned, heart pounding. There, under the cherry blossom tree, stood Arjun, soaked from the rain, leaning slightly on a wooden stick. A white bandage was wrapped around his foot, but his smile was just as warm as she remembered. "Arjun!" Maya ran toward him, the puddles splashing under her feet. "Where were you?" I fell off my bike last week," he said, laughing softly. "Couldn't even walk for a few days." Maya's eyes glistened. "You idiot! You could have called." He smiled, brushing a wet strand of hair from her face. "I didn't want you to worry, but when I saw you walking away just now, I realized I never want to see you walk away from me again." For a moment, neither spoke. The rain poured around them, cherry blossom petals sticking to their clothes, their hair. Then Maya stepped forward, wrapping her arms around him. Arjun held her close, his hand resting gently on her back. "I'm here now," he whispered. She looked up at him, smiling through her tears. "And I'm not going anywhere." As the rain softened, the park shimmered, pink petals floating in puddles like tiny memories. They stood together beneath the tree that had witnessed it all. Their first meeting, their laughter, their waiting, and now their return. Some love stories, Maya thought, don't need promises. They just need two hearts that always find their way back. No matter the distance, no matter the rain, under the same cherry blossom tree.